Fujifilm X T100, filling the gap between the XA5 and X-T20. Depending on how you look at it, the Fujifilm X T100 is either the company's most advanced camera for beginners, or its most basic premium model. It slots into Fuji's mirrorless X series lineup, between the entry-level XA5 and the excellent X-T20. But it's far closer to the latter in terms of specs, thanks to its electronic viewfinder, superior build and styling and assortment of manual controls. Like the XA5, but unlike all XT cameras, the X T100 uses a 24-megapixel APS-C-sized Bayer sensor, rather than Fuji's proprietary X-Trans, and offers 4K video at a reduced 15 fps. Price-wise, it fits squarely between the £500 XA5 and the £879 X-T20. It will cost you £619 and comes with the XC15 to 45mm kit lens. In all regards, then, the X T100 represents a midway point between Fuji's two existing beginner options. So does it do enough to forge its own identity in an increasingly crowded lineup? You'd be hard-pushed to find a more attractive CSC, compact system camera, than the X T100, particularly at this price point. Unlike the rangefinder-style XA5, it's shaped like a mini DSLR, complete with a large viewfinder prism in the top center. Like the X-T20, it's gorgeously retro without being too hipster, the kind of camera that doesn't so much demand your attention as softly caresses your eyeballs. It's also beautifully built. The majority of the body is textured black plastic, but the top plate is a classy anodized aluminum, available in a choice of 3 colors: black, dark silver, and champagne gold. Although not weatherproofed, it feels reassuringly solid in the hand. Indeed, it has a little more weight to it than you might expect, minus 450 grams body only, no doubt thanks to all that metal. That's still light compared to many cameras, though, and it's also impressively small. With a pancake lens in place, you'd have no problem slipping it into a jacket pocket, and it won't attract attention on the street unless paired with one of Fuji's bigger XF lenses. The drawback to that small size is that some may find it too teeny to hold comfortably, particularly since it's lacking in obvious curves. Fortunately, Fujifilm provides a clip-on grip in the box, and I'd recommend using this both for ergonomics and to ensure it doesn't come to an untimely end on the pavement. In keeping with the rest of the XT range, and again unlike the XA5, there's room on top for 3 command dials. These don't follow the pattern common to X-series cameras, with no dedicated ISO or shutter speed controls. However, you do still get exposure compensation alongside the standard mode selector and one fully customizable dial. There are also plenty of other options dotted around the body, including a customizable function button, a quick settings queue menu, 4-way D-pad and selector wheel. As with most Fuji cameras, it's a tactile delight to use. A built-in flash is triggered via a switch on the top, and there's a hot shoe should you wish to add an external unit. You also get Bluetooth built in, which combines with Wi-Fi to make for a theoretically seamless connection to a smartphone. And the use of the word theoretically is deliberate. After going through the Bluetooth setup process, the camera and your phone should automatically connect, unless the latter is already connected to a Wi-Fi network. If it is, you'll need to go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and switch it to the camera. What really marks out the X T100 as more of an X-T20 with a few missing features, rather than an XA5 with a few extras, is the presence of an EVF, electronic viewfinder. This completely changes the way you shoot, and is a feature anyone serious about getting into photography will benefit from. The X T100's EVF isn't the best I've used, by some distance, but it's a lot better than nothing, particularly when shooting in the bright sunshine the UK has been so uncharacteristically enjoying recently. At 0.39 and with 0.62x magnification it's quite small, but at least the 2360K OLED screen inside is sharp and flicker-free. I do think Fuji should have given it a larger eye cup, though, since this almost trimless effort lets in a lot of light.
If you'd rather use the rear display, you'll be equally happy. The XT100 has an excellent 3-in, 1040p LCD touchscreen, which tilts in 3 directions. It doesn't have full 360-degree movement, but it can be flipped out vertically so you can shoot while holding the camera at your waist. It can also be turned 180 degrees horizontally for selfies or vlogging. As a touchscreen, it works excellently within its self-imposed limits. The most common ways in which you use it will be to swipe through and zoom into images during playback, and to change certain settings, such as autofocus mode. I found the latter particularly helpful, reducing the need to dive into the menus. You can also use it to set the focal point or take a shot, but as I prefer shooting via the EVF, this is less important to me. The one thing I feel is missing is the ability to navigate the XT100's menus via touch, but it isn't a major problem, particularly since there are so many physical controls on offer.